Time to make the donuts. Now this is always the tricky part, mixing the Bondo. This is what I've got. There we go. They give you this great mixing guide. You're supposed to use a golf ball size of this to a 1-inch strip of this. But it's not quite as straightforward as it sounds. Okay, I start by opening this and squeezing it till the air comes out. Okay, and you see first there's a little bubble of liquid that comes up there. You see, so that's part of the problem, is you first get this little liquid squirt before you get the solid stuff. So I try to mix it up in the tube as much as I can first. You know, shelf life and all that stuff, as long as it been sitting on the shelf and separating. And then, how big is a golf ball? This doesn't come out like a golf ball. Do that. Is that a golf ball, or is that half a golf ball, or what the hell is that? And then you've got the problem of mixing it and getting done mixing it before it hardens. So we'll put in 1 inch in here. Okay, and then how thick is that inch supposed to be? And squeeze out thicker and thinner lines. So we'll go with that and we'll see what happens. Okay. New color anyway, a different color than I've used before. And then you see a lot of the blue is hanging up on the putty knife. Maybe I should get a dedicated cooking blender to blend this stuff. We're going to go with that and hope it hardens. If you don't mix it right, it never hardens too much. It gets hard before you can use it. All sorts of problems here. Birds off in the trees. So start with this. Okay, we get a nice dab there. I'll make sure we get it, no dead air spaces in there. I'll squeeze it in real good. Oh, see, now it's starting to harden. Oh God. I mean, it's almost becoming solid now. Shoot. Yep. Yep. See? That's why I hate this shit. Damn it. Yeah, it's all hardened up, so that whole batch now is wasted. That's what I hate about Bondo. Once it goes, it goes. Okay, so I've wasted at least half of what I mixed. I just hope I didn't leave any air pockets. Okay, total trash. Of course, the other catch is now that might not even ever really harden up. I've had batches where it goes like that real quick and then it just never really totally hardens. So. But this is what we're doing. Okay, time for another go round. I've taped some wax paper here to just do it on the board. And we'll try to mix up a lesser amount this time. I think I put too much of that in there, so we'll get a little more of this. Not exactly mixing in very well. There's probably guys who can do this really, really well. I am not one of them. Now we're going to use this existing board as a form there with some wax paper on it. Do that. I'm going to leave it at that. Get up into here. I'm going to work a little quicker this time and get the main job done, which is this 2x4, which is a structural piece. I think I'm going to have to rely on a lot of sanding. Now, I've got a big gap on the side there. Well, if that takes, that ought to be okay. Mixing works a lot better. Let's give you a close-up view of how we're doing so far. Now here, you see I got a couple of holes here and a dip here. So those still got to be touched up. It'll be much easier to fill them up now that there's something there. Now at this point, it's still very warm, almost hot to the touch, which means the reaction is still happening. In fact, right there, it is very hot. Okay, so that's still in progress of hardening up. I'm going to move to the other side. By the way, this stuff is great for cleaning anything and everything. I have used it to clean my dentures, my bathtub, Bondo off my fingers, and that other stuff I used the other day. Got that off my fingers with this. Incredible stuff. Try it on anything you need to clean. The worst case is it doesn't work, but it might surprise you. Oh, one other thing, this stuff really is good for itches. If you have an itch, spray this on and rub it in, and it goes away. Okay, on this side I'm dealing with gaps that have much better defined edges, but also this is much bigger. You know, I bet there's a YouTube video of somebody mixing this stuff up real well. You know, I still see big streaks of blue. That tells me it isn't mixed. Okay, there we go. Now, for this end piece, I've got some way back in there. So, fortunately, some time ago at a yard sale, I bought a whole box of pencils, and I'm going to use that to poke it into there. Yeah, I'm getting air holes in there. Alright, good. Stuff on the surface. You want your squeeze out so you know it's getting into everywhere. Maybe I can even get to the next spot with this same batch. At least get a start on it. That's going to get down deep in there. Okay, it's starting to harden up on me. That's it for that batch. I've never seen an ad for this stuff, but I'm sure they make it look a lot simpler in the ads. Okay, now we'll go back to side one, which has had time to harden up a bit. I don't want any of the lumps getting in the way of surfacing the rest of the fill. I'm smoothing this out a bit. That's why I keep a pretty sharp edge on this knife too, on this putty knife. This putty knife is irreplaceable. I've had it for about 50 years. You cannot find it or one like it anymore. Don't have the good steel in the blade anymore. It's got really good steel on the blade. There we go, nice. Okay, I've not only got that to patch, I've got the other end of this board to still patch. Still a ways to go here. Come on, Blue. Get in there. Yeah. Good on that. Now this. Place it there. that corner's probably going to have to go on a second pass. Okay. Put on that. Oh, she's already hardening up. Shoot. Come on, baby. Yeah, already gone hard on me. Okay, if I don't screw up the timing on this, one more batch ought to do it. I've got this hole to patch, this hole to patch, and the end of the board to patch. I bet Bondo themselves has a YouTube video on mixing this stuff. They oughta, huh? Okay. Now while we were away, I did clean this up a bit. Okay, so I've got a nice smooth surface to work with. I'm trying to leave it a little high so I have something to stand away. The edges, and then the corners of this board just need a little more build up, and they're going to need some serious sanding, so I'm not going to get too fussy with them. And this is hardening up already. Oh, right there, I need a little more. But that's it, it's dead. Okay, so hopefully that'll work out. Yep, it's all dead. Goes cakey. But I've pretty much got everything covered now. Yep, good. So that's it on that. Okay, so let's take a peek at what we've done. This is where the big gouge was. And I'm happy with that. I got to build up over the surface, a little shallow here, but over here where the big thing was, I'm built up high enough here I can sand it away. Same thing here, right into this, very nicely done. Okay, and over here, we've got this board. This is the worst case scenario. Very difficult to do, having to create corners that were floating in air basically. So there's a lot of excess on there that's going to have to be actually sawn off. Okay, but it was a lot easier getting at it all with this board off than in position. And in here, same thing, we've got everything filled, and we've got a bit of sanding to do. But I've got enough material to have my finished surfaces be where they need to be. So that's the fill. I think that's probably going to wrap it up for today. This is going to be a lot of work cleaning up, sanding and cutting in some cases. The Bondo once it fully hardens, and I don't trust it to fully harden until overnight. They say 15 minutes on this. I could probably sand it now and stuff, but I'd rather wait overnight, let it get good and solid before I go on to the rebuilds, the start of the rebuild. Yeah, so that's that. Happy day to you.